Welcome to Gazelle Softball on Yankton Streaming on YouTube. Brought to you by First Dakota National Bank of Yankton. This broadcast is made possible by the following Sportscaster Club members: Midwest Insurance Agency, Murph's Appliance, Yankton Thrive, Stockman's Motorsports, Les Schwab Tires, Linda's Angel Crossing, MT and RC Smith Insurance Agency, Vichet, Elwood Dental, Floortech Restoration, Angela's Mexican Store, Yankton Rexall, KFC Taco Bell, SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab, Slumberland, Larry's Heating and Cooling, America's Best Realty, Larson Carpet, Anytime Fitness, King Buffet and Mongolian Grill, Yankton Medical Clinic, All Seasons Power Sports, Kaiser Heating and Cooling, JR's Oasis, Intech Cleaning and Restoration, The Bone Setter, Triple Time Rudy's, Meridian Photo, Graham Tire, Pied Piper Flowers and Gifts, Kalen's Indoor Comfort, H&H Roofing, Boss's Pizza and Chicken, Wall of Fame, and Ravin Books. Now, for the Anytime Fitness pregame show with the voice of Yankton Athletics, Zach Spear.
Play ball!
Hello and welcome to Yankton Gazelles Softball on Yankton Streaming on YouTube. It is presented by First Dakota National Bank of Yankton. First Dakota has proudly supported the dreams and banking needs of their customers for over 150 years. They offer personal, business, and ag banking solutions for every stage of your journey with 2 locations, downtown and North Broadway, Yankton. We are a few games into the softball season, but it's our first time at Yankton Sertoma Park, and what a great day for the home opener. We had a light drizzle here in Yankton a few hours ago, but as of right now, it's held still and hoping for that to continue throughout game day. This time, it's the Gazelles hosting the Pierre TF Riggs Governors. For Yankton, it's going to be their 3rd game of the season, going 1-1 in their first 2. The Governors had their 2nd game postponed, so this will now be their 2nd game of the year with their 1st game of the season, a victory over Aberdeen Central. The 2 teams both defeated the Golden Eagles with similar scores, so here's hoping for a good one here tonight. Now, of course, it's extremely early in the year, and it's hard to have any idea of, well, which teams might end up where, but as of now, here is how the Gazelles and Governors have compared in a small sample size for this year. In runs per game, Yankton's had a nice 9.5 runs scored per game. Pierre in their one game put up 17 runs against Aberdeen Central. And on the defensive side of things, for the Gazelles, they have only allowed 3.5 runs per game between the Golden Eagles and Brookings. Now, they gave up 7 to Brookings and a no-hitter against Aberdeen Central and gave up no runs. Pierre also gave up no runs to Aberdeen Central, so right now their point per game or run per game differential is 17 scored and none allowed. Of course, that'll probably change here as the season rolls on, as they'd love that to continue. These 2 teams did match up twice actually last season, with the first one, Yankton pulling away with a very close win in Pierre, 9-7, and then later in the season, Yankton won again, the final score 12-7. So Yankton able to pull out wins in both of the matchups last year, but they were very exciting games that really could have went either way. The first matchup being played in Pierre, and the second time around was at Sherman Park in Sioux Falls in tournament play. This year, the Governors looking to get back with the Gazelles while Yankton tries to start a winning streak. Again, Yankton lost 2 seniors last season in Madison Gerard and Haley Schulte. Pierre lost 5 from last season. We'll see how the matchup turns out this time, as it is sure to be a good one. I did get a chance to talk with both head coaches ahead of this matchup. It's Coach Kurt Latoff for the Pierre TF Riggs Governors, and as always, Jill Muth for the Gazelles. And with it being still early in the season and it being the home season opener, we will have those interviews with the seniors for one final time during our Anytime Fitness of Yankton pregame show here. Anytime Fitness of Yankton, let's make healthy happen. We'll step aside for a moment, and when we return, it will be that chat with the seniors coming up right here on Yankton Streaming on YouTube.
Stunning flowers from Pied Piper are the finishing touch on your most perfect wedding day. We are your full-service florist with the experience and knowledge to design the perfect wedding flowers, sure to make all your wedding flower dreams come true. Brides, bridesmaids, boutonnieres, corsages, ceremony reception, and all event work are our specialty. Your style, your day, your vision. Pied Piper Flowers makes it happen. Pied Piper Flowers, your wedding florist.
At Elwood Family Dental Care, we treat our patients like family. We have an experienced and caring dental team. We take the time to make sure you understand your oral health and answer any questions you have about your dental treatments. We take pride in educating our patients. Whether you need fillings, crowns or bridges, dental implants, just a teeth cleaning, or even Botox, come visit us at 1818 Broadway Avenue. And remember, we take care of the entire family.
Hi, I'm Franny Kiefer with the Yankton School District Alumni Association. We strive to create a community of alumni and friends who support extracurricular and educational opportunities in the Yankton School District through scholarships, grants, innovative education opportunities, and staff appreciation. With us, you will keep connected to a community of Yankton School District alumni and friends all over. You can help continue to pay it forward and help future graduates. Register today at the Yankton School District Alumni Association website.
Yankton Rexall in the Meridian District, Yankton, for all your gifts and decor needs. It's the only place in town to find both Hallmark ornaments and cards for any occasion. They also have Willow Tree and Precious Moments collectibles, the perfect anniversary and wedding gifts, nativity scenes, Watkins products, and single $1 chocolates. The Yankton Rexall Pharmacy for all your prescription needs. Yankton Rexall at the corner of 3rd and Douglas, downtown Yankton.
Hi, it's Linda at Linda's Angel Crossing in Yankton. I carry Tribal, Lulu Bee, Ethel, Southern Lady, and Old Ranch. I have other brands too. The nursery has everything you need for babies. Copper pearl bibs, magnetic sleepers, swaddlers, bag sleepers, and baptism. Toddler clothing, boys and girls Under Armour to size 7, toys, little golden books, and other unique kids' toys. Linda's Angel Crossing, 1101 Broadway in Yankton.
Hi, this is Kyra Churchma, senior from Yankton Gazelles. What I'm most looking forward to this season is playing one last season with my best friends. I started playing softball because I saw my sister playing and wanted to follow in her footsteps. My favorite position to play in the field is shortstop. My goals for the season are to just have fun. A memory I have playing softball as a Gazelle is winning 7th at state. A fun fact about me is that I play hockey. My favorite band artist is ABBA. My plans for after high school are studying at USD and major in accounting. When I'm at the plate, my favorite pitch to see an outside fastball.
Hi, this is Eliza Gurney, senior for the Yankton Gazelles. What I'm looking forward to most this season is I think the team dynamic is going to be a lot better this year. I've seen a lot of the freshmen playing since they were really young, so I'm looking forward to see what they can bring with us. I started playing softball because my family's a big softball family. My grandma played and my dad played, and I have a lot of umpires in the family, so it kind of just, we started and kept going. My favorite position is the outfield. I've been playing outfield since I was 8, and I don't know, I just like it out there. My goals for this season, I think one of my goals is to just keep producing at the plate, bring some of what I ended with last year back, and to keep making plays for the team and everything. A memory I have playing softball as a Gazelle, probably some of the plays that we've made as a team last year. I had some really good catches out in left field, and probably the home run I hit against Stevens last year. That was really fun. Fun fact about me, I've been playing outfield for forever, but a couple years ago they needed somebody to pitch, and I had pitched when I was younger, and I picked it back up, and I think it thoroughly helped the team. And last year they pulled me in to play infield, and by the end of the season I was playing shortstop. Never played there before, but that was fun. My favorite band, I don't know if I necessarily have a favorite, but I listen to a lot of like Christian radio and like that kind of music. My plans for after high school, I plan to go up to Northern State up in Aberdeen and study music ed. I've always had a thing for music, and I don't know, I just enjoy it. When I'm at the plate, my favorite pitch, I hit like everything, but I think the pitch that I hit the most are outside. I've broken a few bats hitting outside pitches, so I think my favorite pitches are outside pitches. Hi, this is Madison Musfelt, senior for the Yankton Gazelles, and what I'm most looking forward to this season is being able to play with two of the seniors I've been playing with for 4 years now, and I think we have a lot of chemistry, so that will definitely be big. I started playing softball because, I started playing like 14 years ago, so I don't know. I just picked it up because I thought it would be fun, and I'm still playing, so. My favorite position to play in the field is definitely third base, but I've been playing first base because of an injury. Goals for the season definitely are making the state tournament, hopefully. A memory I have playing softball as a Gazelle is freshman year state probably. It was super fun. My plans after high school are going to Mount Marty to play softball and study criminal justice on a pre-law track. And when I'm at the plate, my favorite pitch to see is probably something low. Say low and outside probably.
What does FloorTech do? When disaster strikes, water damage, mold growth, or fire cleanup, call the team you can trust. FloorTech Cleaning and Restoration. They respond fast to protect your home or business and restore it the right way with honesty, integrity, and top-notch service. Their crews proudly serve southeast South Dakota and northeast Nebraska, including Yankton, Mitchell, Norfolk, and Sioux Falls. For 24/7 emergency service, call 800-507-1822. If your home or floor is wet, call FloorTech or visit them at floortechrestoration.com.
Your local KFC Taco Bell at 2504 Fox Run Parkway in Yankton offers two menus combined into one. Something for everyone at KFC Taco Bell. When your family's hungry and can't decide between crispy chicken and mashed potatoes or tacos, burritos, and protein bowls, well, you don't have to choose. Get the best of both worlds in one stop. Cool down with the legendary Baja Blast Freeze or heat things up with a variety of hot sauces. KFC Taco Bell Yankton. Why pick one when you can have both?
Kaiser Heating and Cooling is your hometown team specializing in all things heating and cooling, as well as heat and glow gas, wood, and electric fireplaces, humidifiers and dehumidifiers, and all styles of ductless mini-split systems. Whether you are building or remodeling, our team of innovative experts will get you the correct equipment and indoor air quality accessories you need for your home or business. Remember, Kaiser Heating and Cooling is your hometown team for all things heating and cooling for the past 77 years. Go Bucks and Gazelles.
Looking for a photo that actually looks like you, but better? At Meridian Photo, we specialize in capturing personality, not just poses. Whether it's headshots, high school seniors, family sessions, or team and individual sports photos, we'll make you look like a legend. We've just landed in the Meridian District of Yankton. Book your session today at meridian-photo.com or give us a call at 605-655-4598. Meridian Photo. Be you. You deserve it.
And again, you heard from the senior girls for the Gazelles. That includes Kyra Churchma, Madison Musfelt, and Eliza Gurney. All great players, a part of this program for the last few years. And it's just been a joy again to see them play the sport they love and really growing from season to season, and looking forward to the remainder here of their senior season. And again, as I mentioned, got a chance to talk with both of the head coaches ahead of this matchup. Now our chat with head coach Kurt Lataw of the Pierre TF Riggs Governors. Hello and welcome to our Coaches Conversations. Now joining on the line is head coach of the Pierre Governors, Kurt Lataw. Coach, how are you doing today?
Doing great, thank you.
And early into the season, just one game as you came out with a victory against Aberdeen Central. What did you see from your team in that game?
You know, we have a good set of girls that are, juniors and seniors, so we have that older leadership in our girls. And our pitching was very stable in that game. We didn't have to go through a lot of our pitchers, but our starting pitchers for both the JV and the varsity did a nice job. The girls batted well when they had the opportunity to swing the bat. They did so, and pretty happy about that early in the season.
And what are some of the things that you think your team really could excel at in this year?
You know, I was honestly impressed with the girls hitting. I think early in the season, like it was, I thought they did, like I said before, a great job at that, and I think that'll continue to improve. We never had the opportunity. The pitchers did such a good job. We really didn't have an opportunity to do a lot of fielding in the game, so I think that's always a concern to minimize errors, and we have to see how that's going coming into tonight's game.
Coming up, you travel to take on the Gazelles in Yankton. What are you hoping to see from your team in this one?
I'm hoping that our hitting continues and continues to improve. Obviously, any coach doesn't like to see errors, but we especially need to minimize those against a team like Yankton. They've got a very good pitcher in the Reese Gary girl, so I know she throws strikes. She throws well, and if we can hit off of her, I think we'll do all right.
And who are some of the players on your team that we should expect to make big plays?
Consistently, I would say our seniors, and juniors and seniors. Like I said, we have a good group of those. Charlie Hall does a nice job. Micah Buffalo plays some first and third for us, and Charlie's a pitcher and shortstop for us. And then some of the juniors, Hyman girl, she did a nice job of batting and had a home run in our last game against Central. Allie Keys, who plays some center field and catches for us. Emma Thielen, who's just a sophomore but does a nice job of catching. There's a number of girls. I shouldn't be mentioning any names because I'm going to leave out too many. They're all really working together nicely when they're on the field, and I hope that continues to improve.
And now, as a first-year head coach for the Governors, what standards are you trying to set within this program?
The biggest standards, and I'm very fortunate to have the assistant coaches that they've provided here. We have four of. I wouldn't trade them for any assistant coaches in the state because they do such a nice job. But I guess the standards that we're really trying to set is that we want to work together as a family. We want to be one unit. Nobody's left out or put aside. We expect people to be in practice, and we don't give a lot of excuses for not being in practice.
And what are some of the goals that you've set for this team ahead of the year?
I think like any team, our ultimate goal is to get to that state tournament, to go above 500 in our record in doing so, and to get to that state tournament and then let the chips fall where they may.
And you mentioned having a good group of seniors. How much do they help out in practice?
A lot, and we're fortunate that two of those seniors are pitchers, so they work with our younger girls quite a bit. And then we have some one senior that's a catcher that does a nice job in that leadership role as well. But pitchers and catchers, they do a little extra work in our practices. And like I say, we're fortunate that some of those girls are older and do a nice job of leadership on and off the field, I would like to say.
Well, Coach, appreciate the time. We should be in for a good one here.
Yes, I look forward to it and hope to see you soon.
Again, you just heard from head coach Kurt Lataw of the Pierre Governors. Coming up, our chat with Jill Muth, head coach of the Gazelles, right here on Yankton Streaming on YouTube.
Looking to buy a home or maybe sell? Trust the name that puts you first. America's Best Realty. From your first showing to the final signature, their expert agents guide you every step of the way. Fast closings, top market value, and real service you can count on. Your dream home, they will find it. Selling fast, they will make it happen. Call America's Best Realty at 605-260-1600. America's Best Realty, because you deserve the best.
Larson Carpet has all your flooring needs. Step into their showroom to see a wide selection of all types of flooring. They have soft and luxurious carpet that's sure to bring comfort to your home. Stylized tile to make any room pop. Different color options of hardwood to make matching easy. And convenient vinyl plank for when spills happen. Of course, with the best customer service in the area. Their knowledgeable staff will make sure to answer any questions you might have. Larson Carpet, 212 Walnut. And back on our coaches' conversations, Jill Muth with the Yankton Gazelles. Now 2 games into the season, you went to extra innings against Brookings and then picked up a win on the road against Aberdeen Central. What did you see in those 2 games?
Yeah, you know what? I think in both games our kids battled. We came out and faced a Brookings team in a game where we hadn't had a whole lot of time outside and came out and our pitchers kept us in the game and our bats did enough to, battle back and get us into a situation where we got to go extra innings. And I thought for first game and for a, team that we weren't sure where we were at, replacing our starting pitcher again and then coming in with a few spots where we weren't exactly sure who was going to be where. I thought we had a lot of great at-bats. We had a lot of great things happen in that first game. And then we went up to Aberdeen and got to play in their indoor dome, which I had not ever been in that, so that was kind of a nice facility. But you know what? We got to play in weather where it was about 65, 70 degrees, and there was no wind. So there was, much better than playing outside in the 40-mile-an-hour winds and the 40-degree temperature, So we're definitely happy that we got to play a game. And again, same thing, we went up there and our pitchers were fantastic. I don't think in either game we gave up a hit, which is pretty cool for our kids, getting them some confidence in our first couple games. And our bats, we were, really good. We had kids hit the ball really good up in Aberdeen. We had Kyra, I think, led us with 3 hits, but we had kids that hit the ball hard. Ava Gerard had hit the ball hard a couple times. Jocelyn Burns hit the ball hard a couple times. Reese Gary hit the ball hard a couple times and didn't get a hit out of either one, but she hit the ball hard a couple times. September Rao came in and got in that bat, hit the ball hard. Isabel Sheldon hit one off the roof of the dome. That was going to be a pretty deep shot, and if you hit it off the roof, it's a foul ball. So, we were hitting the ball really well. So I'm really happy with so far early in the season how we've swung our bats.
And coming up, you host the Pierre Governors. What are you hoping to see in this one?
Just continue those same things, having our pitchers battle and throw strikes, and our bats just swinging at good pitches and be aggressive and see if we can keep hitting the ball hard.
And pitching, of course, an extremely important part of the game. Reese Gary has thrown majority of the pitches, with Brenna Elwood getting in as well. What have you seen from those two in the circle?
Yeah, they're both young. They're a freshman and a sophomore, and I thought that Reese really did a nice job battling. She had a little stretch yesterday where maybe things weren't going great for her, but she continued to battle and fought back and did a great job of keeping them off the board. So, really happy with that and proud of her for sticking with it and being aggressive and fighting through. And so we were really happy with our trip up to Aberdeen yesterday.
And it's now the home opener as well. What's the excitement of getting to play on your own field for the first time of the year?
Yeah, absolutely. We're excited to get to play at home. It's fun to be able to have a little bit of a home crowd there, and it's our home field, and it just, is a little more fun to be at home, So we're excited to get out there and see how it goes.
Well, as always, I appreciate the time. Good luck in this one.
All right. Thanks, Zach. We appreciate all your coverage.
Again, that was head coach Jill Muth with the Yankton Gazelles. Coming up, Yankton's home opener as they take on the Pierre Governors just moments away.
Dive into the delicious all-you-can-eat Asian buffet, featuring mouth-watering Asian cuisine like broccoli beef, general chicken, sesame chicken, so much more. Or choose from a fresh selection of meats, noodles, rice, vegetables, Asian-inspired sauces, and watch them sizzle on the Mongolian grill. Plus tantalizing desserts, including ice cream. Get your fill at King Buffet and Mongolian Grill, North Broadway, Yankton.
Weather around here gets pretty crazy. Are you sure the weather hasn't caused damage to your roof? Let Justice at H&H Roofing in Yankton take any roof damage worries away. He'll come and inspect your roof. Even if you've had an inspection, get a second opinion or re-inspection for your peace of mind. H&H Roofing has built their reputation on working to satisfy homeowners for years. Family owned and operated. H&H Roofing is bonded and insured. Contact Justice today.
Do you like to read? I love to read. So does Rabin Books, your unique bookstore in Yankton, where you'll find thousands of books from brand new to gently used oldies but goodies, all at unbeatable prices. Trade in your old favorites for credit and be able to explore something new. Whether you're a casual reader or a bookworm, Rabin Books is your next chapter, located at 804 Bill Baggs Road. Rabin Books, where every book finds a home.
And back to the field as it is just about game time here with the Yankton Gazelles taking to the field first in the top of the first inning as we load up our Fox Stop of Yankton scoreboard. And it's time for your starting lineups brought to you by Larry's Heating and Cooling of Yankton and Vermilion. For all your heating and cooling needs, it's Larry's Heating and Cooling. Anytime, any day. We start with the starting lineup for the Pierre Governors. Leading off the center fielder, number 7, it's Allie Keys. On deck, the third baseman, number 24, Ava Nelson. In the circle for the Governors to start tonight, number 17, Charlie Hull. The cleanup hitter for the Governors, the first baseman, number 40, Micah Buffalo. In the 5 spot at shortstop, number 4, it's Olivia Hymans. In right field, batting 6th, number 6, Millie Johnson. The left fielder, number 3, Presley Spies. The 8th hitter at second base, number 8, Taryn Sproul. And to round off the Governors' batting lineup, the catcher, number 23, Emma Tylen. Now the starting lineup for your Yankton Gazelles. Leading things off, number 3 in center field, it's Callie Koletsky. On deck will be shortstop number 2, Jocelyn Burns. In left field, number 22, Eliza Gurney. The cleanup hitter for Yankton. And the catcher, number 23, it's Kyra Churchma. At first base, batting 5th, number 1, Madison Musfelt. At third base, number 8, Ava Gerard. Batting 7th, the second baseman, number 6, Brooklyn King. In the circle for Yankton, about ready for the first pitch. Number 30, it's Reese Gary. And to round off the starting lineup for the Gazelles, it's the right fielder, number 12, September Rao. As on the field here, the first pitch has been thrown, and it is ball 1 as Allie Keys sits in the box against Reese Gary. Next one finds the zone, evens up the count, 1-1. No runners on. No outs, as it is the leadoff hitter. Gary's next pitch misses the zone, ball 2. Two and 1, it makes your count here with Reese Gary battling against Allie Keys, the center fielder for the Governors. Next one, high and away for ball 3 as Keys trying to get on any way possible here for the Governors. Three-1 the count, a breaking ball. Gets Keys swinging, she misses it. Strike 2, and we've got a full count in the first at-bat of the game. The 3-2 pitch, and just misses outside, puts Keys on first with a walk, and we've got a base runner with our first batter of the game, bringing up Ava Nelson to the plate for the Governors. The next one low, gets to the backstop. Keys takes off for second and will reach safely as Gary tries to find her rhythm here in the circle. 1-0 the count, no outs, and a runner now on second for Ava Nelson. Charlie Hull, the pitcher for the Governors, awaits on deck. Next one finds its way to the zone. It's 1-1. Next pitch, just a bit low. Ball 2. 2-1 your count. The game that started just a few minutes early here at Yankton Sertoma Park. It is the home opener for Yankton. A swing and a miss there. 2-2 now your count. Ava Nelson trying to move her runner on second currently. Next one just misses. Full count yet again. Both of our first 2 batters here to start this one with full counts. A walk would put runners on first and second. And a swing and a miss, and strike 3. Reese Gary gets her first of the game, and 2 up, 1 down here brings up Charlie Hull to the plate. Reese Gary, her first strikeout of the game, adds to her season total. 1 out, runner still on second here. It's the third hitter in Charlie Hull for the Governors. And the first pitch just outside, ball 1. Churchma protecting home plate here for the Gazelles. 1-0 the count, 1 out. That one low, scooped up by Churchma. A nice job behind home plate, making sure the runner stays put on second. Appreciate you tuning in here tonight. I'm Zach Spear on Yankton Streaming on YouTube, and another Gazelle softball season here in swing. Wouldn't want to be anywhere else. Next pitch just outside now, 3-0 the count. If you're a fan of Yankton Athletics, and want to be notified every time we go live with whether football, basketball, softball, baseball, click the subscribe button for Yankton Streaming. And the next pitch finds its way in, and a 3-1 count. Hall, more likely than not, had the hold call there as it was a 3-0 count. Micah Buffalo waits on deck for the Governors. Gary winds up, fires in the next one, and finds the zone again for the third straight at bat. It is a full count. Reese Gary in her last game in the circle did not have a single walk against Aberdeen Central. He has one early in this one, but trying to work her way out of it as that one fouled off into the net. Count remains full. Gary's also pitched most of the innings for Yankton. Another payoff pitch here. It's high, and it'll be walk number 2. Pierre with 2 runners on early. That does now cause a force out at all 3 bases. But your cleanup hitter, Micah Buffalo, at the plate with 2 runners on and only 1 out. A good situation for Pierre. Yankton trying to work themselves out of it. So on second, Allie Keys, Charlie Hull on first at the plate, Buffalo. Works against Reese Gary, a southpaw here at the plate, gets a piece of it, lofts it up and towards first base, just out of the outstretched reach of Madison Musfeld's glove. It falls foul. Musfeld has done a nice job at first to start the season here. 0-1 your count here as Micah got a piece of the first one, was a little ahead of it. Sits on the next one as it bounces, and again blocked forward by Churchma. Kyra Churchma is senior here for the Gazelles and a very important senior for the team. Went 3 for 4 in her last game against Aberdeen Central. A few RBIs, and she leads her team in RBIs, and there's a reason she is the cleanup hitter. Next pitch inside, 2-1 the count. Micah Buffalo in the box. Olivia Hyman's on deck. The next pitch low as well, ball 3. And in the hole for the Governors, the right fielder, number 6, Millie Johnson. Right now for Yankton, a third walk would load the bases, and that's exactly what will happen. Bases are juiced with Keys over to third, Charlie Hull on second, and now Micah Buffalo on first with the third walk here of the first inning. And Yankton will call a timeout on the field. It is a Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton water break. Locally owned for 4 generations. Call them for water softening and purification, salt, reverse osmosis needs, and bottled water. That's Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton. So Olivia Hyman's now at the plate. She's got bases loaded, only faces 1 out. It's pretty much the perfect situation for a hitter outside of if you can have no outs. First pitch bounces off the turf for ball 1. Governors closing in on the first score of the game here. Yankton looking to hold strong here in the top of the first. As that one hit up high, it goes to center field. Callie Koletsky settles under it, makes the catch. The throw to home won't make it in time, and the Governors lead 1-0 on the sacrifice fly off the bat of Olivia Hymans. Scoring is Allie Keys, Charlie Hull to third, and Micah Buffalo to second, with Millie Johnson now at the plate. 2 down here. Yankton trying to give up just that 1 here. Gary finds the outside zone for a strike against Johnson. If Yankton can get out of this half inning only giving up 1, you got to be decently happy with that when you had bases loaded 1 out. But, of course, you got to get that final out. Again, it's hit to center field. Koletsky able to sit under it again, and she will bring it in for out number 3. So Yankton gives up 1 run off of no hits, no errors, and 2 left on base for the Governors as we wrap up our first half inning of play. Into the bottom of the first, the Gazelles will take to the plate for the first time here. Leading things off when we return is Callie Koletsky on Yankton Streaming on YouTube.
If you're into hunting, fishing, towing, or just want to blaze the trail, All Seasons has ATVs, UTVs, dirt bikes, and scooters from quality brands like Honda, Yamaha, and CF Moto. Needing watercraft? All Seasons has a large selection of quality boats and wave runners, and we take pride in certified technicians that will winterize, summarize, diagnose, and repair your power sports equipment. In business for over 20 years for good reasons. We're All Seasons, Power Sports and Marine in Yankton.
From simple sniffles to complex health conditions, the primary care providers at Yankton Medical Clinic will not only see you for your annual visits, screenings, and preventative care, but also provides care for the entire family, from pediatrics to adults. With 4 clinic locations and 15 outreach locations throughout South Dakota and Nebraska, compassionate, quality medical care is closer than you think. For more information on providers, services, and locations, visit our website, yanktonmedicalclinic.com.
If you want somebody to come into your home and fix everything right the first time, look professional, act professional, treat you with respect, you gotta call Kaylin's. When they come in, I feel that they want to be there. I feel that they want to help me.
You know, they put on the little booties over their shoes. They had canvas from the garage door all the way down to walk on. They left the furnace room in the basement probably cleaner than it was when they came in.
They just do customer service very well. I would recommend Kaylin's to anyone.
And the throwdown here, signaling the start of a bottom of the first inning. Leading things off here will be Callie Koletsky for the Gazelles, who trail 1-0 after a half inning on our Fox Stop of Yankton scoreboard. The Fox Stop at the corner of West City Limits Road and 30th Street, Yankton, a full-service convenience store with hot food, Godfather's Pizza, personal pizzas, sandwiches, munchies, and beverages. Pay at the pump gas and diesel fuel, firewood, and propane exchange. Koletsky will work against Charlie Hull in the circle here for the Governors, and sits on the first pitch, ball 1. Charlie Hull and Emma Tylin make up the battery on the defensive side for the Governors. Tylin behind home plate. Koletsky, an awfully good start to her season, and takes a called strike 1. So we update the Fox Stop of Yankton scoreboard. I apologize, still had it on the top of the first there. 1-1 your count. Next pitch, a wild 1-2. But Callie Koletsky in that first game against Brookings, she had the first 3 base hits of the Gazelles' entire roster, and really showed why, even though as an underclassman, the leadoff hitter for Yankton, as she now sits on a 3-1 count at the plate. Three balls, 1 strike. A great position here for Callie Koletsky leading off against Hull. Sits on a breaking ball, a called strike 2. So count now full, no outs, no runners on. Koletsky has not swung the bat. And she's led in this count, so really has not been forced to. 3-2 the pitch here. Koletsky fouls it off towards her own dugout. So Charlie Hull will be forced to throw another payoff pitch, and we have seen plenty of those here. Already 4 full counts now, and we're just in the bottom of the first inning with no outs. Another one, it's low inside, and Koletsky is walked. She's heading over to first base, and Yankton now an early runner. That will bring up Jocelyn Burns to the plate here for Yankton. Burns looking to move the runner here as she takes the first pitch. Koletsky takes off for second, slides in, reaches safely. She's certainly got some wheels there. Pitch was called for a ball. 1-0 the count. Runner now on second here for Yankton, as that is the game-tying run early in this one. Burns against Hull, 1-0 the count. And next one right into the zone. Now she's seen one. One ball, one strike here. The wind up and pitch. A little wild there. Ball 2 as Koletsky certainly was keeping a close eye on that one. Had it got to the backstop, she'd be standing on third. Burns at the plate. Eliza Gurney on deck, and Kyra Churchma in the hole as Yankton trying to tie it up and possibly take the lead high up into right field. That one hit off the bat of Burns. In and out of the glove. It will be an error, but Burns will reach. Taking off for home is Koletsky. She'll score. So we are knotted up off of the error. Burns now standing on second, and Eliza Gurney at the plate. Eliza, a lefty here for Yankton, and her team has now tied it up here. That's an E9 for the Governors. The right fielder couldn't quite pull it in, and that's called for strike one. That one went all the way into the glove, popped out, and Yankton got away with one there. Gurney takes a swing. It's hit up and caught over towards third base, and that will be out number one here in the bottom of the first, with Kyra Churchman now to the plate. One out here and a runner on second. That is Jocelyn Burns on second. Churchma to the plate. She already leads her team in RBIs. Looking to add to that total as she sits on strike one. We're knotted up at one apiece in the first inning. Both teams looking for their second win of the year. It's early in the season and always a little chilly out here. It's about 45 degrees in Yankton. Not too bad. Next pitch inside, ball one. Important part of the forecast is it shows really no chance of rain here for the remainder of the night. And that's exactly what we like to see. 1-1 the count with one out and a runner on second. Churchma at the plate. Grounds it over to third. It's a slow one, and Churchma is able to outrun the throw. It'll count as a base hit, and Burns advances now to third. Since Churchma outran the throw, it will be a base hit. Madison Musfelt batting. Runners on first and third, and just one out for her. That will be the first base hit of the game for Yankton and either side from the bat of Kyra Churchma. Churchma takes off for second. She will take it. No throwdown, as with that runner on third. You always got to be a little bit extra careful in the field here. Yankton a chance to take the lead. Madison Musfelt at the plate. She faces a 1-0 count with just one out, and runners now on second and third. 2-0 the count after an inside pitch there. The count. Charlie Holt trying to work her team out of this here and gets a nice one there. 2-1 the count. A swing and a miss there from Musfelt. Got her on the off speed. 2-2 now the count. Hull an opportunity to get the second out here for her squad. And that one fouled up and back out of here by Musfelt. Count stays the same. Always got to wonder when it goes out of play, how far away did I park? Luckily, that one didn't make me worry too much. 2-2 the count and an out. Musfeld awaits the next pitch here from Hall and gets a piece of it. Again, out of play it goes. A busy upcoming week for the Gazelles next week, as they will play on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. So a 3-game week, and all against Sioux Falls teams. Another 2-2 pitch, make it a full count. Musfeldt at the plate, Ava Gerard on deck, and Brooklyn King in the hole. Now, a walk would not score here for Yankton, but it would load the bases. That one a delayed swing from Musfeldt, but knew it was going to get called a strike. Fouled it off last second. Good heads-up play. You maybe don't love the pitch, but if you think it's going to be called a strike, you better be swinging. Hull back onto the rubber. Sends it, and it is high. Musfeldt will take first with a walk, and bases are loaded now for the sixth batter, Ava Gerard. Ava Gerard at the plate. Bases loaded, just one out. She faces nowhere to put the batter now here for the Governors. They need outs. That one fouled back into the net it goes. Oh, 1 the count here. Gerard now looking to add to that RBI total, and a grounder gets through to right field. One scores for Yankton. They'll send another, and it's a 2 RBI single for Ava Gerard. Yankton leads 3-1. Ava Gerard puts her team on top, and it's the first lead of the night for Yankton, bringing up Brooklyn King to the plate. Burns and Kyra both score. Madison Musfeldt over to second. 3 runs so far off of 2 hits and 1 error in the field. Brooklyn King at the plate now. Gets a good piece of it. Same spot into right field. Again it goes. And Yankton will send for home and score another. 4-1 it makes it. Brooklyn King gets in on the fun. 4 runs off of 3 hits. And Reese Gary now at the plate. A pitcher's duel here as Reese Gary in the circle for Yankton went on defense. Got a good piece of that one, but will foul it out of play. Now Reese Gary has made great contact this season. Just unfortunate placement on where those have went. And looking for that first base hit, she is more than due up again. She's made great contact nearly every at-bat. That one comes in high, ball 1. 1-1 the count with 1 out. Gary is at the plate. And on deck, September Rao. Ball gets by, and runners will take off. Ava Gerard over to third. Brooklyn King on second. And runners on second and third. 1 out for Reese Gary. A good piece of it over to shortstop. A grounder, and she'll be out at first, but it does score 1 for Yankton. They lead 5-1 with 2 outs now. Gerard scores. Brooklyn King makes her way over to third, and Gary will ground out. But again, an RBI tallied on to her name. That brings up the 9th hitter, September Rao, who has worked her way into the starting lineup early in the season here. 2 for 2 on the season at the plate. Fouls the first pitch backwards. Five to 1, Yankton leads early in this one. First inning still in action with 2 outs. Sits on the next pitch, evens up the count, 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. September looks to stay perfect on the season. Callie Koletsky awaits on deck. A hard hit grounder, but it goes foul and nearly took out Brooklyn King in the process. Rao got a good piece of that one, but fouled it. And now sits in a 1-2 count against Charlie Hull. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here, and a runner on third. It's September Rao at the plate. fouls that one out, and we'll see at least one more pitch. She's made contact with every swing so far. Another 1-2 pitch here from Hull, and it got a piece of Rao. And she is on first after the bean. Brings up Callie Koletsky now to the plate, her second at bat of the inning and the game. Koletsky reached on a walk and was the first run scored for Yankton in this one. 1-3 situation. Expect Rao to take off for second as she'll stay put. First pitch outside to Koletsky. Hull with the 1-0 count here. Fires it in, just misses high. 2-0 it makes the count as Yankton has batted around in their lineup. 5 runs have been scored, 3 base hits, and 1 error by the Governors' defense is really what started everything when Burns was at the plate. Pitch gets to the backstop, and that will be second base for Rao. And a 3-0 count here for Callie Koletsky. Three balls, no strikes here. Hull sends it in, finds the zone. Koletsky's had base hits in both of her games so far. Looking to continue that streak here into the third game of the year. Yeah, it's a piece of that one. Fouled up and out of play it goes. Count full. Again, we've seen a lot of those here early in this one. 3-2 the count, 2 outs. There is 1 open base here for Koletsky. Burns awaits on deck, and Yankton looking to score some runs with 2 outs on the board. Next one inside, and it is a walk. The second of the game for Callie Koletsky as she reached both times on ball 4, and Jocelyn Burns to the plate. Timeout on the field here. And while they take that timeout, we'll step aside. When we return, Burns at the plate. Bases are loaded.
Welcome to JR's Oasis, your one-stop food and gas shop. Proud to serve Phillips 66 regular, premium, and diesel fuel. After fueling, go inside for slushies and shakes, ice cream cones, and now offering a full line of healthy, chilled items and snacks. JR's hot menu is great for breakfast, lunch, and supper, featuring the famous Hammer Breakfast Sandwich and fresh hand-patty burgers. Try the new Cafe Tango frozen coffees for that extra boost of deliciousness. JR's Oasis, East Highway 50, Yankton.
And out of the break, it is a 2-out, bases loaded situation. A run will either come across or that will wrap up our inning. Jocelyn Burns for the second time at the plate. Sits on the first pitch, ball 1. It's Brooklyn King on third, September Rao on second, and Callie Koletsky on first after she got her second walk here of the game. Burns. Next pitch about the same place, 2-1. Or 2-0, excuse me. (2-0) with 2 outs here. 5-1 the count. That one's sent in and fouled out. Burns reached by an error in her first at-bat. That did score Callie Koletsky, so an error, but an RBI onto her season tally. The 2-1 pitch here. Burns, a line drive over to third. It's caught, and that will be out number 3. Yankton is able to put up 5 runs off of 3 hits, 1 error in the field by Pierre, and 3 left on base. Our first inning wraps up into our second. It's 5-1. Yankton leads here on Yankton Streaming on YouTube.
Midwest Insurance Agency values family. Our agency has been family-run for over 60 years. We pride ourselves on excellent, knowledgeable customer service. This day and age, everyone is so eager to have an immediate response with a quote. But at Midwest Insurance, we take our time and evaluate your assets and make sure you are properly insured. We take those what-ifs very seriously. As we continue on our family business with hopes of our children, Brooke or Jet, taking over in the future, we will continue to be there for you always. Come be a part of our family. Midwest Insurance Agency, 3016 Piper Street, Yankton.
I knew I should have had those brakes checked at Graham Tire. It's all about safety. Tire mounting, balancing, wheel alignment, and shocks and struts and batteries, oil changes, and lube service. Graham Tire does these every day. And there's over an acre of tires. Graham Tire has them all, big and small. Tires for cars, trucks, campers, trailers, big rigs, and tracks. Honesty and integrity is a matter of pride since 1951. Graham Tire, Yankton.
In the top of the second inning here, Gary remains in the circle. Presley Spies to lead things off for the Governors. First pitch misses, ball one. Governors with some work to do here to try and get back those 5 runs they gave up in the first inning. Yankton trying to keep that lead here. Next pitch low, ball 2. Again, appreciate you tuning in here tonight. I'm Zach Spear on Yankton Streaming on YouTube, as we will have full coverage here coming up of Gazelle softball this season. It's put into left field, and a base hit to start things here for the Governors from Presley Spies. That is the first base hit for Pierre in the game. Taryn Sproul now at the plate. A runner on first, no out. Fresh count here, showing sign of bunt. She offered, and it goes straight to the glove of Churchma. As a catcher, it's always tough when they show a sign of bunt and you've got a runner on first, because you've got to be prepared for the throwdown. You've got to be prepared if the bunt gets put down in front of you. It's a tough situation to be in. 0-1 the count here, and no sign of bunt. It goes right back up to Gary. Puts it over to second. They'll get the lead runner. So Presley Spies out at second, and Taryn Sproul reaches on the fielder's choice. 1 out, 1 runner on. Emma Tylan now at the plate, the catcher for the Governors. Fresh count for a new batter on deck. Awaits Allie Keys, the leadoff hitter for Pierre. Ball 1 off of the first pitch. A 1-0 pitch. Low for ball 2. It's Taryn Sproul on first. Emma Tylan at the plate, and on deck, Allie Keys. Ava Nelson waits in the hole, hoping to bat this inning, and now a 3-0 count here for Tylan at the plate. Then to the top of the lineup for the Governors. Next pitch, about the same spot, and it will be ball 4. Runners on first and second for the Governors with just 1 out. Allie Keys back up to the plate, her second time of the night. That is the 4th walk here for Reese Gary in the game. It's led to 1 run for the Governors. The pitch is good for a strike. So Gary off the 4-0 walk recovers nicely and fires in a strike against Allie Keys right out of the gates. 0-1, the off-speed pitch bounced and off of the glove of Churchma. Runners stay put. 1 out, so Pierre a good opportunity to get some of those runs back, especially when you've got your top of the lineup here. The 1-1 pitch low and inside, scooped up by Churchma. So far in this game, we've seen 7 walks early on, and you got to wonder if that cold temperature has any effect on that. Nice pitch there. It's a grounder over to second. Yankton gets the one at second, and Can't quite relay for the double play, but they do get one out without giving up a run. Emma Tylen is out at second. Taryn Sproul advances to third, and Allie Keys reaches first by the fielder's choice, bringing up Ava Nelson to the plate. 2 fielder's choices here in the second inning for the Governors. Ava Nelson at the plate has runners on first and third. Runner will take off and take second. No contest from the Gazelles in the field. Nelson at the plate with Charlie Hull on deck. The 1-0 pitch got away from Reese a little bit. 2-0. Gary did get some action pitching in the circle last season on varsity, but now the ace on her team as it's put into right field. Catch is made. September Rao brings it in, and Yankton does not give up a run. It has no runs off of 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left on base for the Governors. Yankton leads 5-1 after 1.5 innings of action. When we return, leading things off, Eliza Gurney.
This is your invitation to thrive in Yankton, South Dakota. Nestled on the bluffs of the Missouri River, plenty of outdoor adventures are waiting. Whether you work remote or in a traditional office, we have a spot for you. Quality health care, diverse manufacturing, progressive school system, Mount Marty University, and so much more. Explore with family and friends. Let's thrive together.
When you need top-notch appliances that last, trust the experts at Murph's Appliance. From washers and dryers to refrigerators, they have all the trusted brands to keep your home running smoothly. At Murph's, you'll find Maytag appliances built for durability and service you can count on. Whether it's a new oven or a repair, they're there for you every step of the way. Stop on down to Murph's Appliance, your local Maytag dealer in Vermillion. Maytag and Murph's, reliable just like you.
And the bottom of the second inning, Yankton a 5-1 lead. Eliza Gurney to lead things off here for the Gazelles. The first pitch takes a swing, a grounder over to third, and the throw was there, but bobbled at first, and Gurney will reach on the error. That is error number 2 here for Pierre. Early in the game with Kyra Churchman now batting for Yankton. She reached off of a single. It was the first base hit of the game for either side. 1 for 1 in this game. Got a good piece of that one. A line drive to left field. It gets by the defender, and she'll have extra bases. Gurney is going to be stopped at third, slides back in safely, and Churchma gets a double. Yankton with 2 runners on, no outs. Madison Musfeld again at the plate with an opportunity for RBIs here. A good start in this game for the Gazelles at the plate. Madison Musfeld sits on the first one, scooped up behind home plate by Emma Tylen. Did a nice job. If that's heading to the backstop, we just might see Gurney take off for home. Runners on second and third, no outs. Musfeld at the plate with Ava Gerard on deck. Next pitch inside, 2-0. Musfeld reached by a walk last time she was at the plate and had runners on second and third last time she was at the plate. Sits on a called strike 1, 2 on the count. She brought it up to a full count last time she batted, now a 2-1 count. On deck is Ava Gerard, who got an RBI single, a 2 RBI single that was, in the first inning. 1-1 the count. Musfeld, right down third base line. She'll have extra bases, and both runners will score. It's 7-1. Musfeld, a great piece of it there, puts her team up 7-1. Ava Gerard now at the plate. Gazelle's bats are rolling. And that's the struggle with having called the Gazelles for the last few years, as a swing and a miss there for Gerard is getting some names mixed up. Gerard was a senior last year. Both Madisons, only Musfelt on the team this season. Runner on second in Musfelt, no outs, Ava Gerard at the plate. Sits on a called strike, 2, makes the count 0-2. Brooklyn King on deck and Reese Gary in the hole. So it seems like Yankton got a good opportunity to time up Hull and has done a nice job hitting the ball here in the second, but a swing and a miss here for out number 1, and Hull gets her first strikeout of the game. Brooklyn King now will bat here for Yankton. A runner on second with 1 out. Hull, the first pitch, outside. One 0 the count here. Hull the next one, a swing and a miss there from King. That one, a off-speed pitch, ended up bouncing off the turf. 1-1 the count. Low and inside for ball 2. Two on the count here with an out. Make it 3-1. As King 1 for 1 in today's game as she followed up Gerard, who just took off for third and will take it. So now a runner on third. Or excuse me, Musfelt now on third. Gerard was at the plate last. So runner in prime scoring position, 3-1 the count here. The pitch and a hard hit grounder back into right field it goes. An RBI single for Brooklyn King. She's 2 for 2 in today's game. What a start for Yankton here on the field, as they've now put up 3 runs in this inning off of 3 hits so far. And Reese Gary now at the plate. Grounded out to shortstop. Again, nice contact in her at bat. Sits on the first one, called for strike 1. Yankton leads 8-1 on our Fox Stop of Yankton scoreboard. A great start here for the home team. That one, a wild pitch, gets to the backstop, taking off for second, Brooklyn King, and she will reach safely. So now, second, as they consider a runner in scoring position, of course. You need the right hit, but certainly doable here. Reese Gary at the plate, September Rao on deck, and the next pitch low, 2-1. Gary has a runner on second here and sits on that one, but it evens up the count, 2-2. The throw down to third off of the steal gets into the outfield, taking off for home. The throw won't make it, and scoring here is Brooklyn King. So off the throw, it will count as an error for Pierre. Their third of the game, and Yankton now extends the lead to 9-1. 2-2 your count, 1 out. Reese Gary at the plate, now no runners on. Gary pops it up to right field, and off of the outstretched glove, Gary's taking off for second and will reach in time as the throw gets by. And Gary now standing on second. Brings up September Rao to the plate, and couldn't quite tell if they got a glove on it, so benefit of the doubt, we're going to give Gary a double on that at bat. And Olivia Puck will step in to run for Gary, the pitcher for Yankton, and September Rao, her second at bat. Another timeout on the field called, and another Lindsay Echowater Systems of Yankton water break. When we return, 1 out and a runner on second. Well, Looks like we do have a pitching change. We'll get everything figured out and return in a moment.
Imagine working for a successful global business with customers in 140 countries. That's Vishay Intertechnology, a Fortune 1000 maker of electronic componentry. Now imagine a company of that size with that kind of stability and a caring family-like environment. Learn more about what you can do at Vishay by visiting VishayCareers.com. Vishay is an equal opportunity employer. Vishay, the DNA of tech.
There's a whole new world out there. It's called the off-road, and it's waiting to be explored in a Polaris. So gear up to make every moment count with the Polaris off-road vehicle. The new Polaris models are now available at Stockman's Motorsports in Yankton. No matter the weather, get ready to tackle all the trails. With machines like these, your world just gets bigger. Stop in at Stockman's Motorsports today to learn more about the epic new Polaris off-road lineup.
And back to the field, September Rao at the plate is now Ava Nelson pitching. So she will come into a not quite so favorable situation with just one out, a runner on second. September Rao at the plate was hit by a pitch in her first at bat, and the top of Yankton's lineup awaits after. Only one out here. An opportunity for some more runs here as September Rao has ticked that one. And Ava Nelson moved from third to the circle. Taryn Sproul has moved from second over to third. And Charlie Hull now at second. A swing and a miss there for September Rao. 0-2 she faces in the count here. And now we'll have to protect home plate. The 0-2 pitch, she got a good one and lines it out to left field. Another base hit for September Rao. Her batting average still 1,000 on the season. No score, but runners on first and third with Callie Koletsky now at the plate. That's the fifth base hit already for Yankton here in just the second inning alone. 8 total in the game, and it's the top of And, well, we've actually got a change here. It'll be Isabel Sheldon batting here in place of Callie Koletsky here in the bottom of the second. 9-1 your score with one out, runners on first and third. On third is Olivia Puck running for Reese Gary. September Rao on first, and that one lined hard but fouled off of the bat for Sheldon. That one certainly went a distance. Just didn't stay in fair territory. So Callie Koletsky not batting. She's 0 for 0, as in, well, has not had a real opportunity as she's been walked twice. 0-1 the count here now for Sheldon. Sits on the next pitch, gets by to the backstop, and Rao standing on second after she takes off. And it's a awfully large part of over to second to third as well. Jocelyn Burns awaits on deck. We'll see if there's much more lineup shifts or not here for Yankton as they lead 9-1 in the second inning. The 1-1 pitch, Sheldon lofts it high up and into deep left field. It'll be caught by the center fielder, and a sac fly to score a run for Yankton. 10-1 it makes it. So Isabel Sheldon with a sacrifice fly into left field brings up Jocelyn Burns. 2 outs and a runner on third. 10-1 Yankton leads. First pitch is high, ball 1. Burns 0 for 2 in today's game. Reached on an error and then a line drive over to third. Next one misses, ball 2. Ball 3 as that one misses outside. And Eliza Gurney awaits on deck. 2 outs here for Yankton. 5 runs scored in each inning at the plate so far to start. Burns sits on that one, 3-1. It makes hit, and you can tell she wanted to swing at that one, but maybe had the hold call, and now faces a 3-1 count. Burns puts it high up, that one drifting out to left field, and it will be pulled in for out number 3. And that will wrap up your second inning of action. 5 runs for Yankton, scored off of 5 hits and 2 errors, just 1 left on base. And we are officially headed to the top of the 3rd inning. Gazelles back to the field, and the Governors at the plate. When we return, leading things off will be Charlie Hull for Pierre here on Yankton Streaming on YouTube. Doctors Lane, Reed, and Cole Swatsky make up the SWAT Chiropractic team. Check out their new location at 2000 Summit Street, Yankton, South Dakota. At SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab, they'll treat your neck and back pain, headaches and migraines, plantar fasciitis, sciatica, sports injuries, elbow, knee, rotator cuff, nerve injuries, and more. SWAT Chiropractic, specialized wellness and therapy. Let them get you ready for wherever life leads you. And after our first 2 innings of action, Yankton leads it 10-1 here, as they'll be in the field with Charlie Hull at the plate here for Pierre and Micah Buffalo on deck. Olivia Hymans in the hole. Charlie Hull pitched 1 1/3 innings, 1 strikeout, 3 walks, and gave up 9 runs. And Ava Nelson has stepped in her place. And that one fouled off right away. 0-1 the count. Reese Gary so far through 2 games has only given up 7 runs, now 8 total on the season in the circle, and has just done a nice job pitching for Yankton and looking to continue that here tonight as the next one misses outside, ball 1. Charlie Hull was walked in her first at bat, reached 3rd before she was left stranded in the 1st inning. Couldn't quite get around for the 2nd run scored for the Governors. They remain at 1, and now ball 2. Two-1 the pitch. Outside makes it 3-1. Gary with 4 walks here in the game. But Yankton and her have done a nice job avoiding giving up runs off of those. Next one finds the zone. Count now full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, no outs, and no runners. It's the leadoff hitter of this inning for Pierre. And they're going to need some runs here as they trail 9. That misses low, and do get a base runner here as Charlie Hull is walked for the 2nd time of the game. Brings up Micah Buffalo, the cleanup hitter for the Governors. Fresh count here as Buffalo. No swing on the first one, gets to the backstop, and runner will take off and take 2nd. One on the count here. That one, again, just inside, makes it 2-0. Wind and breeze picking up a little bit here at Sertoma Park. A little chilly, but still a great night for softball. 2-0 the count here. Micah Buffalo at the plate. A runner on 2nd. No outs she faces. That one low, ball 3. 3-0 the count here as Buffalo was also walked in her first at bat. She reached 2nd before that 1st inning came to a close for the Governors at the plate, and she'll be walked a 2nd time here. So 2 walks to open the top of the 3rd, and That is number 6 for Yankton, and a timeout on the field called here, as we'll step aside for another Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton water break.
Slumberland Furniture at 2401 Broadway in Yankton, home of Kirkland Furniture Groups, bedroom groups by Laguna, and dining sets by Tower and Catadel. They're also the only place to offer furniture by Flex Steel and the biggest selection of Lazy Boy in the area. The Mattress Gallery is full of the best brand name mattresses in the business, including the all-new Tempur-Pedic Active Breeze personalized climate-controlled mattress. Slumberland Furniture, dining, bedroom sets, and mattresses in Yankton.
And that will be the wrap-up of the timeout on the field here, with Olivia Hymans now at the plate. Runners on first and second for her, and no outs to work with. She had a sacrifice fly in the first inning, and the lone RBI of the game for Pierre up to this point. Top of the third inning here. Her second plate appearance. Sits on the first one to strike. Big thank you to all of our Yankton Sportscaster Club members. Couldn't do these broadcasts without you, so we greatly appreciate the support. If you know any of the businesses, maybe give them a try as a diving effort in left field. Eliza Gurney makes it happen. As we watch the replay here, it's brought to you by Yankton Winnelson. A sliding effort there by Eliza Gurney. Olivia Hymans flies out, and Millie Johnson now at the plate. One out. Runners on first and second yet. First pitch just missed for ball one. Again, that replay brought to you by Yankton Winnelson, second generation, family owned, and supporting the local communities, including Yankton Athletics since 1981. That one fouled up, a chance for it, but Churchman couldn't seem to locate that one. And as a former catcher, I can tell you that is got to be one of the most difficult things. I know it seems very easy, but those straight up hits are near impossible to bring in. I hated them. I hated seeing them. Do not envy Churchman in that situation. 1-1 the count here. At the plate is Millie Johnson with Presley Spies on deck. Right up the middle it goes. A base hit for Pierre, and they look to score off of it. And the throw at home. Did Churchman tag her? No. Now a throw down to third, and runners will be on second and third. Pierre gets their second run, a tight play at home. Hull scores, Micah Buffalo over to third, and Millie Johnson with a single but does reach second.
Now batting number 3, Presley Spies.
Presley Spies now at the plate. She is 1 for 1 in today's game. Hit a single to lead off the top of the second inning. A swing and a miss, got her on an outside look there, Reese Gary did. It was just the second base hit of the game here for the Governors. Looking to string some together here. Nice job protecting home as Churchman blocks it forward. Spies at the plate, Taryn Sproul on deck. Governors certainly not out of this game, and if you can get a few runs here, start closing the gap, you feel like you've certainly got an opportunity. Grounder over to shortstop. Burns picks it up, sends it over to first. A nice play, gets the out, but a runner will score. No, she'll reach safely, excuse me, on first. That'll count as a base hit. And it is 10-3. Buffalo scores. Millie Johnson a third. Presley Spies now 2 for 2 in the game. An RBI single. And Governors have something cooking on offense here with Taryn Sproul at the plate. Reached on a fielder's choice in her first at bat. First pitch outside, and taking second with no contest is Spies. Both times these teams matched up last season, it was fun. And both went the 7 innings as a grounder hit over to third, picked up the throw to first. An error for Yankton, and Pierre is going to score 2 off of it. All of a sudden, it's 5-10. Pierre, like I said, certainly not out of it. They put up 4 runs here, and Taryn Sproul now on second after the error by the Gazelles. That is their first of the game, and it brings up Emma Tylen to the plate, the 9th hitter in the lineup for the Governors. She will sit on the first pitch, strike one, 0-1, it'll make the count. Yankton looking to get out of this inning. But still only one out here for Pierre. And that one a line drive. It drops into right field. Fielded cleanly by September Rao, but a base hit. And the Governors are rolling. Tylin, now her first base hit of the game. Puts her runner over to third with Taryn Sproul and Emma Tylin on first. Still just one out. Brings us up to the top of the lineup here for Pierre. Allie Keys steps up to the plate for the 3rd time of the year, or of the game.
Running for the Governors, number 5, Chevelle Brackley.
And Chevelle Brackley will now be running in place of Tylin, as she is the catcher for the Governors, a courtesy runner. We've got ourselves a ball game here at Sertoma Park. Pitch is in for a strike. The throw down to second. Did they get the tag? No. Now runners on second and third. Yankton felt like they got the tag, but they won't get it. 0-1 the count here. It's the leadoff hitter, and Allie Keys, just one out. She faces runners on second and third. More opportunity here for the Governors. Ball one here. One the count, and a dribbler back up to Gary, gets through over to second. The throw to first, another error, and Pierre looks to score two. They will. The Governors are right back in it. Sproul scores, and Brackley in place of Tylin scores. Allie Keys reaches on the second error of the inning here for Yankton. It is 10-7. And that will warrant another Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton water break on the field.
Warmer days are coming, and sooner or later your air conditioning will need to kick in as well. But what if it doesn't? Well, don't wait. Call Larry's Heating and Cooling. With 43 years in the business, we're very knowledgeable on what we do and how we serve our customers. You can rest assured that when you call day or night, someone will always pick up the call. Join our elite club today and become a priority member. Skip the line, get discounts on services, and have no overtime fees. Call Larry's Heating and Cooling for expert service from factory-trained technicians.
And as we come back, did miss that first pitch. Yankton didn't use much of that timeout. Was in for a strike, no swing for Ava Nelson, who's at the plate here for the Governors. On deck is Charlie Hull, who led off the inning for the Governors. A line drive, the diving effort for Burns will not get it. And another base hit for the Governors. 2 on with 1 out still. What an inning for the Governors. They have come to life here in the top of the 3rd. Charlie Hull, her second at bat now of this inning. They brought it within 3 here. That one in for a strike from Gary. 0-1 the count. The 0-1 pitch, a grounder over to first. It's scooped up by Musfelt, trips over, and did she touch first in time? I believe so, but a runner will score for Pierre. I believe it should be an out, as she had her hand had the ball. She touched first with the glove. We'll see what the official call is. Keys will come across and score. Nelson all the way over to third. And the official call is out at first, which would be the correct call. And 8-10 now your score with 2 outs here. What an inning for the Governors. They trailed 10-1, and at that point, you feel like your team, could just kind of say, okay, well, this one's over. But the Governors have fought right back in it and trail only 2 runs here in the top of the third. That one hit, line drive to right field. Rao is able to bring it in, and that will finally close out the top of the third inning here as the Governors make it interesting. 7 runs off of 4 base hits, 2 errors, and that will be 1 left on base. We enter the bottom of the third inning. Gazelles, their lead has been cut down to just 2 runs, and to lead things off here will be Eliza Gurney when we return on Yankton Streaming on YouTube.
Craving something boss-level delicious? Come out to Boss Pizza and Chicken, where flavor meets delicious and delicious meets drooling. Your taste buds won't be the same when you taste the bold flavors of Boss Pizza and Chicken. From crispy chicken to juicy burgers to handcrafted specialty pizzas, Boss has it all. Serving lunch and dinner Monday through Sunday starting at 11 o'clock. That's why they're the boss. Boss Pizza and Chicken, just waiting to crush your cravings.
A high scorer here on our Fox Stop of Yankton scoreboard, 10-8. Yankton hanging on to a lead over the Governors, but Pierre just put up 7 runs there in the top of the third inning. Leading things off here for Yankton in the bottom of the third will be Eliza Gurney with Kyra Churchma on deck, the 3 and 4 hitters for the Gazelles. Game that it felt like it really could have gotten out of hand and gone just one way, and the Governors pull it right back in. A high-scoring game so far. As it's Ava Nelson in the circle here in relief of Charlie Hull. She's pitched 2/3 of an inning in this game so far and given up 1 run, no strikeouts or walks. Eliza Gurney batting. Her 3rd time at the plate. Next one, ball 2. Did reach by an error in her last at bat. And Gurney gets a good piece of that one. High up it goes into center field and brought in for the first out here of this inning. Good contact by Gurney. Just good defense by the Governors, and bringing in the catch is Allie Keys. Brings up Kyra Churchman now to the plate, as it's the 2nd pitcher these Gazelles have faced in the circle in this game. Have to re-time up everything, and that certainly can make a difference in the game. Churchman, swing and a miss, 0-1 the count. She is 2 for 2 with a single and a double already in this game. Scored both times she reached as well. Madison Musfelt now on deck with Ava Gerard in the hole. Next pitch low and blocked forward by Tylin. One out, no runners on here. Churchman at the plate for Yankton. Sits on that one, ball 2. Two and 1 your count with Churchman at the plate. That one into the infield. It flies and brought in for out number 2. The Governors with some good play here in this 3rd inning of action. And Madison Musfelt now at the plate. 2 outs and no runners on here. The first 2 innings, Yankton put up 5 runs in each. Swing and a miss there on the first one, as Ava Nelson right now firing well here for the Governors. Oh, 1 the count as Musfeld, a hard hit over to third. Bounces across, and she'll be standing on first with a base hit for Yankton and a runner here for the Gazelles, who look for a 2-out rally. Madison Musfelt, 2 for 2 now in this game. A base hit in each inning for Yankton, and Ava Gerard at the plate here. 1 for 2. Hit a single in her first at-bat of the game. Sits on the first pitch, nearly took a cut at it, but it's high, ball 1. A hard hit line drive. That's into some space in right field. She's taken off for second. Musfeld is going to take off for home as Yankton wants another score, and it's an RBI triple for Ava Gerard. Yankton scores again for number 11 off of hit number 10. Brooklyn King now at the plate. She's 2 for 2 in the game. Ava Gerard certainly perfectly placed that one as it was totally uncatchable and got all the way to the fence. King sits on the first one, a ball. A nice 2-out rally up to this point here for Yankton, who's pushed their lead back up to 3. They led by 9 after 2. That's the same spot, a line drive into right field. It'll score 1. Brooklyn King takes off for second, and she wants third as well. Another RBI triple for Yankton. Back-to-back triples, you won't see that often. Gerard scores, and King trades places with her. Reese Gary now at the plate, her third plate appearance, and a runner on second with 2 outs. First pitch misses high, ball 1. September Rao waits on deck. Gary coming off a double in her last. And now a line drive, right up the gut it goes, and Yankton, their 3rd run scored of the inning. 4 straight base hits for Yankton. Now they're rolling on offense. Courtesy runner in her place, it's Olivia Puck. And September Rao back to the plate. 3 for 3 on the season and was also hit by a pitch. She has reached every single time she's been at the plate. 12 base hits for Yankton in the game, 13 runs. Rao took a cut at that one, a little high, but will foul it back out of play. 0-1. Definitely an aggressive hitter at the plate. It has served her well, though, early in the year. That pitch low, ball 1. 1-1 your count, 2 outs and a runner on first. The first 2 hitters of this inning for Yankton were outs, and since now 5 straight base hits as Rao again stays perfect on the season. Puck nearly caught as she got a little too far off of second, able to slide in safely. September Rao another single as she has just started the season on fire at the plate. Callie Koletsky back into bat again, with runners on first and second, 2 outs. Callie looking for her first base hit of the game here, fouls the first pitch off. She's got base hits in the first 2 games. But has been walked in her 2 at-bats and had a sub in for her last at-bat, which was Sheldon. Next one fouled off in about the same spot, out of play, 0-2 now the count. Runners on first and second, 2 outs here for Yankton. It's been quite the 2-out rally. 5 straight base hits, 2 triples, 3 singles. The 0-2 able to hang off on that one. It's high, ball 1. One and 2 the count here. Nelsa fires it in. Koletsky a grounder over to third. It's scooped up, and third will be touched as that wraps up our third inning of action. It is 13-8, Yankton back up 5 after an inning that saw them scoring 3 runs off of 5 base hits, no errors, and 2 left on base. Into the 4th inning of action, 13-8, 21 runs scored already, and both teams looking to put up more when we return.
MT and RC Smith Insurance has been a part of the Yankton community since 1949. Our agency would love to help you with your home, auto, business, life, and long-term care insurance needs.
We take pride in providing you with quality service when you have a claim or need to make changes to your coverage.
The MT and RC Smith Insurance Agency is flexible to meet with you in person or at the office at 204 West 4th Street. Give them a call for insurance changes, payments, claims, or service requests.
Les Schwab Tires, located at 2809 Broadway in Yankton. It's the place to buy tires with all different tread types to fit your needs and rims ready to make your vehicle shine. Not only do they sell tires, they fix them too. Flats, brakes, alignments, and more. You can feel confident that your car will be taken care of. No waiting for your tires, they should have them in stock. If you're looking for tractor or semi-tires, those are available too. Les Schwab Tires, where the sign says it all. Top of the 4th inning, leading things off here for the Governors will be Olivia Hymans. And Reese Gary remains pitching here for Yankton. She certainly has shown she can go the distance. And Yankton's going to probably lean on her to do that an awful lot here this season. First pitch was off the turf, 1-0. Next one, same place. What a score here for softball. Not even quite halfway through a full 7-inning game, and we've got 21 runs on the board. 10 of those scored in the 3rd inning. And that'll be the 3rd straight one into the turf. 3-0 the count. Hymans has not had to swing the bat. And the next one right down the pipe. Couldn't be a much better pitch from Gary there. Hymans now a 3-1 count she faces. A swing and a miss there. Took a healthy cut at that one. Count now full. Reese Gary with 1 strikeout in the game so far in the circle. Looking for number 2 here as another payoff pitch on the way. The pitch, and she'll get it. Strike 3. Reese Gary comes up big for Yankton.
Now batting, number 2, Ava Nelson.
And at the plate here, I was told number 2, Ava Nelson, but believe it's actually Millie Johnson should be. I've got Ava Nelson as number 24. First pitch misses for a ball. And next one as well, 2-0. So Reese Gary was down 3-0. And there we got the correction. It's actually batting in place of Millie Johnson, number 2, Riley Berg. And the next pitch, I believe, missed for ball 3. It did. 3-0 the count here. So back-to-back batters where Reese Gary has had to work from behind, and this time it will be a walk and a runner here for Pierre. Seven walks for Gary on the night, and usually a very accurate pitcher, so you got to think this temperature affecting her right now. 1 out here. They swing and a miss there. It's Spies at the plate. Presley's 2 for 2 to start this one. She's been very good hitting 7th for the Governors here tonight. Oh, 1 the count here. Next pitch comes in high, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here. A swing and a miss. That one gets to the backstop. 1-2. So again, Gary coming off a strikeout, which was her second of the game. Looking for number 3 now, as got Presley Spies on the off-speed pitch. Was definitely ahead of that one. 1-2 your count. And a grounder back up the middle, gets through to center. The Governors with a base hit, and it's off of the hands of Koletsky. But runners will stay at first and third. Maybe had an opportunity there to score their 9th run, but instead a 1-3 situation here for Pierre. Presley Spies stays perfect in the game. She is 3 for 3. Taryn Sproul at the plate faces 1 out and a 1-3 situation for her runners. Emma Tylin on deck here. First pitch low and outside. Yankton in the field has given up a run in 2 of their 3 innings. But the first 2 innings, it was 1 run total and 7 in that 3rd inning for the Governors. Swing and a miss there from Sproul. 1-1. If you know anybody who might be interested in watching this, can certainly share the link. Otherwise, just let them know it's on Yankton Streaming on YouTube. Again, we are planning coverage for every remaining game on the season this year for Yankton. The takeoff for second, the throw down, and the tag. Again, just missing. 2-1 the count. Spies now on second. On third, it's Riley Berg. And Taryn Sproul at the plate. And if you'd like to be notified every time we go live with Yankton Athletics, hit the subscribe button for Yankton Streaming. Sproul, a hard-hit grounder. Burns can't reach it in time. It'll be, for sure, 1 scoring. The throw at home won't make it. A 2 RBI single, and the Governors put up a couple more. This second half of the lineup for the Governors has been batting extremely well. 2 runs come across, and it brings up Emma Tylen to the plate. She's 1 for 1. Coach Muth calls a timeout, and she heads to the circle. We'll step aside for a moment, and I think we've got a pitching change as Reese Gary trots towards the dugout. We'll make sure to keep you up to date on what's going on when we return.
Authentic Mexican food goods with the family touch is here in Yankton at Angela's Mexican Store. From fresh produce and meats to the spices and the snacks you miss from home. Traveling or just moved? No problem. They accept money from many different countries. Check out the different kinds of money on the wall. Family owned, family loved. They treat you like family. Angela's Mexican Store, where culture meets community. Stop in today.
Starting the first bank in South Dakota was the easy part, earning the confidence of local farmers, helping families account for their dreams, and securing the future for countless businesses took us a little longer. We owe it to the hard workers, big dreamers, and forward thinkers out there. Thank you for making South Dakota a great place to call home.
And back to the field, we do have a pitching change here for Yankton as Brenna Elwood now in the circle. And no other changes. It'll just be a straight swap as Reese Gary pitched then a 3 1/3 inning. First pitch from Brenna Elwood misses for ball 1. At the plate, Emma Tylen, who has a runner on first and 1 out. She faces 13-10 your score. Yankton leading, but Pierre making it close. Next one also misses, maybe just a little low there, 2-0. It looks like Churchma asking for a little clarification on that one. That's the thing as a catcher, you know, you're allowed to ask for that, and most umpires don't mind it. As long as you're respectful about it, I should say. I've yet to see Churchman do the opposite of that, so I can't imagine she's going to get into too much trouble behind home. 3-0 now the count with Elwood pitching. As now she'll fire in her first strike of the game. And she will pick up a walk here now as Emma Ty Lynn takes to first with a walk, and over to second, Taryn Sproul moves. And now it's back to the top of the lineup for the Governors. And the thing is, though, the actual back half of the lineup for the Governors has hit better so far in the game than the top half. We'll see how they do here. And we do actually have a change here in the lineup, as Chevelle Brackey is now batting in her place. That is twice now we've seen in this one where the leadoff hitter has been subbed out for a pinch hitter. Ava Nelson awaits on deck, 1 out, runners on first and second here. Elwood, the 0-1 pitch, finds it for strike 2. No, that's definitely Allie Keys at the plate here again as she fouls it back. A little confusion here on the field today. Apologize about that. Allie Keys is still at the plate here for Pierre. And it's hit up into right field, but it's drifting further towards the fence. It goes out of play. Keys will see another one. Keys in this one 0 for 2, but has reached all 3 at bats. A walk, a fielder's choice, and an error. 0-2 the count remains as Brenna Elwood looking for her first strikeout of the game. And Yankton wanting it here. A hard hit line drive as it just barely foul. That would have certainly been extra bases for Keys, but she'll be forced to do it again. That one was tiptoeing the line there. And as a hitter, nothing worse than when you've got a great piece of the ball and it misses by maybe 2 inches foul. Keys has made contact a few times in a row here as Brenna Elwood continues fighting with the 0-2 count. Another pitch, that one misses low, ball 1. You know, she's destined to throw one eventually, right? 1-2, that makes your count with an out. Runners on first and second. The 1-2, and that one hit high up again to right field in foul territory as drops again. Keys is making Elwood fight for it in the circle here today. The count 1-2, but I think we've seen maybe 6 pitches already. Brenna just keeps throwing strikes and making life a little difficult for Allie Keys. Keeps fouling him off. A swing and a miss, though, and she gets her first strikeout of the game. A big one there for Yankton. Elwood, her 3rd strikeout of the season, first of the game. One of these runners is credited to Reese Gary as she was still pitching when Taryn Sproul reached, and then Emma Tylen would be for Brenna Elwood. First pitch of ball as Ava Nelson back at the plate. She is 1 for 3 in the game, coming off a single in her last at bat. Sits on called strike 1. 1-1 your count. The 1-1 pitch here misses high, 2-1 the count. Governors have already scored 2 runs here in this inning. Looking for a few more. A big cut in that one and couldn't get a piece of it, Nelson. 2-2 now the count. Two balls, two strikes, and again it's put into play into right field, and Rao brings it in yet again. She has been busy out in right field as that wraps up the top half of the fourth inning. It is 2 runs off of 2 hits for the Governors. No errors in the field and 2 left on base. This is the official halfway point of a game, already an hour and a half old, and we are at the halfway point. When we return, it's the bottom of the fourth inning. Jocelyn Burns will lead things off for Yankton.
The Bonesetter Chiropractic, Yankton. I'm Dr. TJ Stotz. When you need chiropractic, we're here. We use a hands-on approach, decompression traction, electrical stimulation, acupuncture, and state-of-the-art examination techniques. We're happy to offer exercise and supplement advice as well. The Bonesetter Chiropractic, 215 Mulberry, Suite 9, Yankton. Call or text 605-401-5701. Bringing you comfort when there's discomfort.
And back to the field. Bottom of the fourth inning, we start things off with Jocelyn Burns of the Gazelles. On deck, Eliza Gurney with Kyra Churchma in the hole. Burns looking for her first base hit here of the game. Sits on the first pitch, ball 1. This has been a game all over the place, you know. Don't know what to expect. We've seen no runs scored in that bat, 7 in the next, as Burns now opens up her at bat with a 2-0 count. Ava Nelson remains in the circle here for the Governors. And that pitch misses. Low and away, ball 3. And then has seemingly slowed down the Gazelles a little bit offensively with Nelson pitching. We'll see how that continues. Burns is going to have a 4-pitch walk, and she reaches first. An early runner and a leadoff runner here for Yankton. Eliza Gurney back up to the plate. Last at bat flew out to center field. She was the leading hitter for Yankton last season. And takes a cut at that one, misses it. Taking second, though, safely is Jocelyn Burns. Gurney now faces an 0-1 count here. Kyra Churchma waits on deck. Burns now to second. 0-1 your count. No outs. Gurney lines it into center field. It drops, a base hit for Yankton, and Burns is headed for home. An RBI single for Eliza Gurney. Another run comes across for Yankton, and Kyra Churchma now to the plate for Yankton. Yankton has scored in every inning at the plate. Kyra Churchma awaits the first pitch, and now taking off for second, Eliza Gurney slides in safely. The ball made its way out to right field, but Gurney was still hopping up from the slide and will stay there. Again, Yankton has scored in every at-bat so far in this game. The least runs they've scored in an inning is 3. Next pitch high to Churchma, 2-0. And Churchma got a good piece of it, but fouls it off towards the third baseline. Madison Musfeld awaits on deck. Churchma is 2 for 3. A nice game so far for her. Has a double and a single. Has scored a couple of runs herself, as well as an RBI or 2. 2-1 she faces in the count. The next pitch high for ball 3. Ava Nelson in the circle for the Governors has done a nice job of forcing Yankton to earn it at the plate. Only one walk for her so far in the game. And a hard hit grounder bounces around at shortstop, and Kyra will reach safely off the air. But I tell you what, that was a hard hit ball and hard to bring in. Madison Musfelt now at the plate. She's got runners on first and second. Error number 4 for the Governors in the game. That was something that I talked about with head coach Litaw, excuse me. He said, well, we didn't really get an opportunity to play the field much in that first game, so a little antsy to see what's going to be on the field, and it's been some errors as Madison Musfelt, a perfectly placed hit into left field. It's going to score 2 for Yankton, and Musfelt a standing double for Yankton. 16 now to 10, Yankton leads. Madison Musfelt, perfect on the game. 2 doubles, a single, and a walk. Picks up 2 RBIs on that bat as well. Ava Gerard steps up to the plate, and a timeout on the field for the Governors to talk things over. Triple Time Rudy's on the corner of 16th and Broadway, Yankton. Stop in and check out their wide variety of items. Grab some snacks, whether you want chips, popcorn, or something sweet, they have it. Ice cold beverages, or when you need that boost in the morning, coffee. You can also grab the best locally produced meats, meat sticks, and cheeses in the area. Guaranteed fresh. For those hot days, grab a freezy too. Get all your car needs and 5 cents off a gallon when using cash. All at Triple Time Rudy's, Yankton.
Welcome to Wall of Fame, where style meets customization, specializing in crafting custom clothing and print shirts. We ensure every stitch and every print is of the highest quality, so you get the best clothes every time. We're here for all your promotion needs, and the best part, our process is seamless. Simply share your designs with us and we'll handle the rest. Get custom clothes for the best price. Wall of Fame.
At Anytime Fitness Yankton, your fitness journey starts with one step, and Anytime Fitness will be with you every step of the way. Open 24 hours a day with top-of-the-line equipment and guidance you need to reach your goals. Plus, your membership gives you access to every Anytime Fitness gym anywhere. No matter your goals, no matter the time, you belong at Anytime Fitness Yankton, located at 2509 Fox Run Parkway. Start today at Anytime Fitness, where your fitness journey never stops.
Interior technicians.
Jerry, I need your help. I'm in a real pickle.
How can we help? We clean carpets, furnace and duct cleaning, mold remediation, fire restoration, water damage restoration, office cleaning, and much more.
No, Jerry, I'm in a real pickle. I'm stuck and I can't get out. Hang on, I'll send you a pic so you can see what I mean.
Oh my gosh. When you need it clean, call the Intech team, fixing pickles since 1984.
And back to the field as we have yet again another pitching change. Brinley Carber will now be in the circle here for the Governors. Comes into a situation with a runner on second and no outs. As Ava Gerard now at the plate for Yankton, who I mean has hit the ball incredibly well here so far in today's game. Not 4 innings in, and they've got 15 base hits, which has resulted in 16 runs. Next one finds its way to the zone again. It's Brinley Carber now pitching here. Ava Nelson went back to the third, and Brinley Carber was not in the game as pitching, and we'll see if she is used as just a fielder. And a grounder over to second. Unable to run it out is Gerard. Runner stays put. That is our first out here in the inning. And Gerard, after that, still 2 for 4. A very good game, a single and a triple Brooklyn King now to the plate. She's 3 for 3, 2 singles and a triple after we had those back-to-back triples. Sits on the first pitch low, ball 1. And a hard hit, grounder into right center, another base hit. She's got 4 hits in today's game, and scoring is Madison Musfelt. Brooklyn King 4 for 4 now. Musfelt brings it around and brings up to the plate Reese Gary. So Elwood is pitching in place of Gary, but Gary will remain hitting. She's made good contact so far today. 2 for 3, a double and a single. Gary sits on the first pitch just outside, ball 1. Gary at the plate, September Rao on deck. Yankton's worst inning at the plate so far in this game, 3 runs scored. And that includes this inning as they've now crossed 4 here in the bottom of the 4th. (2-0) the count here. Carver firing away here for the Governors. Next one gets to the backstop, and King will take second. Makes your count 3-0. Next pitch sent high, and it is a walk with Gary now standing on first. Her 3rd time reaching here in this game. That is Carver's first walk, and September Rao will step up to the plate. And Brenna Elwood will now run in place of Reese Gary. I think Muth is asking the umpire if that is okay, and they will talk things over to make sure that everything is legal and ready to roll. 17-10 on your Fox stop of Yankton scoreboard. Gazelles up 7, but it's just been one of those games you feel like you can't count them out. Pierce struck first, and then Yankton got up 10-1, and it was 8-10. Now it's 17-10. And the umpires, I don't believe, are going to let her run. Brenna Elwood run in her place, so Reese Gary will stay on first. While they discuss things, we'll step aside, and we'll let you know for sure when we return.
Stunning flowers from Pied Piper are the finishing touch on your most perfect wedding day. We are your full-service florist with the experience and knowledge to design the perfect wedding flowers, sure to make all your wedding flower dreams come true. Brides, bridesmaids, boutonnieres, corsages, ceremony reception, and all event work are our specialty. Your style, your day, your vision. Pied Piper Flowers makes it happen. Pied Piper Flowers, your wedding florist.
And back to the field, it will be remaining on first, Reese Gary. Rao at the plate. First pitch misses outside. Rao is 2 for 2 in this game. 2 singles, was also hit by a pitch, so she has reached every time she's been at the plate, but she has not come across home yet and scored. Sits on the next one, 1-1 the count. Again, Yankton will be in action 3 times next week, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, all against Sioux Falls teams, and we'll have live coverage of every game on Yankton Streaming on YouTube. High and away, that one misses, ball 2. At the plate is September Rao, Callie Koletsky on deck, the top of Yankton's lineup, and Jocelyn Burns in the hole. That pitch is low, ball 3. Three balls, 1 strike, 1 out, and 2 runners on here. September Rao at the plate. Looking for something to put in play. She won't get it, but she will be walked. Base is now loaded with the top of Yankton's lineup at the plate. Rao is walked, and that is back-to-back walks here by the Governors. Bases are totally loaded as Callie Koletsky, the leadoff hitter of the game for Yankton, at the plate, fouls the first one out of play. Oh, on the count. Koletsky looking for her first base hit again, trying to start a streak with a base hit in all of the first 3 games, but right now down 0-2. Her first time facing Brinley Carver, so a third pitcher for her at the plate. She'll stay alive as that one's fouled out of play. Count stays at 0-2. Oh, 2 the count with just 1 out. That one misses high and outside. That's a pitch, though, that you don't mind missing on. 0-2, you want to get the batter to try and swing at something not very hittable, and Koletsky just does a nice job of sitting on it. Still needs to protect the plate as she lines it off of the glove at shortstop. It'll score a run here for Yankton, and they'll get an out at third. So that is another error for Pierre as Koletsky reaches first, and Jocelyn Burns to the plate. Runners on first and second now, 2 outs. (18-10) your score. No swing, 0-1 the count. King scored from third. Gary out at third, so that'll be out number 2. Rao advanced to second, and Koletsky on first off of the error. This is Burns' second at bat here of the inning as she let it off for Yankton. 1-1 the count as she sits on the next pitch. Next pitch low and blocked forward. Nice job behind home plate by Emma Tylen. Two and one your count here. 2 outs, runners on first and second. It is the second hitter in the Gazelles lineup. Burns a line drive up the middle. That one going back, and it'll score for sure. One for Yankton. An RBI single. It's 19-10. Yankton on top. Burns her first base hit of the game, and a nice one. Brings up Eliza Gurney to the plate. Rao scored, Koletsky all the way to third, and Jocelyn Burns on first with a 1-3 situation, 2 outs. Eliza Gurney at the plate. Sits on the first pitch, and Burns will take second. This is the second time for Yankton that they have batted all the way around. Gurney pops it up, and it drifts foul over on the left field side. A lot of curve off of the bat there. Yankton has now put up 6 runs in this inning. That's the most they've put up in any inning. Twice they put up 5, once 6, and the other 3. Yankton has capitalized off of 5 errors from the Governors in the field here. Bottom of the 4th, it's a 1-1 count, 2 outs. Gurney at the plate. That pitch high and gets to the backstop. Koletsky will take home. Both runners advance, and Yankton with their largest lead of the game. It's 20-10. They can end this one in the next half inning if they don't give up any runs to the Governors. Burns all the way around to third, and I feel like maybe takes a little pressure off of Eliza Gurney, who faces a 2-1 count at the plate. And now a 3-1 count. She's coming off of a base hit in her last at bat, which was earlier this inning. 3-1 with 2 outs, and she is headed to first with a walk. So again, a 1-3 situation for Yankton. 2 outs, and Kyra Churchma with her 5th at-bat of the game. Churchma, an opportunity to extend this Yankton lead. The first pitch low in the dirt, no throw down as Gurney takes second, ball 1. Madison Musfelt awaits on deck. By the way, she's 3 for 3 in the game. 2 doubles and a single. Churchma sits on the next one, ball 2. Two half innings where we've seen 7 runs scored already here, and ball 3 as that one sent high to Churchma. And if Churchma's walked, it'll be bases loaded, 2 outs. So nowhere to put a runner. It's either get out of the inning or give up more runs as Churchma fouls that one straight back into the net, 3-1. Churchma definitely a good enough batter where even if it's 3-0, you give her the green light. If you like the pitch, you're swinging. That's why she's the cleanup hitter here and sits on that one. Count now full at 3-2. Three-two count here. Churchma puts it into play. Another base hit for the senior. She's headed for second, and 2 runs will score as Churchma the double. Hit number 18 for Yankton in the game. 9 runs put up here. And Madison Musfelt now batting here again. She's perfect in the game, looking to keep it that way. Claire Taggart will run in place of Churchma. As Musfelt fouls the first pitch off, 0-1 the count. Nine runs for Yankton in this inning off of 5 base hits, 2 errors in the field, and a couple of walks. Runner on second, 0-1 the count, 2 outs, Madison Musfelt batting. Puts it up into right field, and it was near trouble, but it's brought in by the second baseman for out number 3. That is the first time Madison Musfelt has not reached base, and it wraps up our 4th inning of play. It's 22-10. The Governors need 3 runs to keep this game alive. Otherwise, Yankton will be taking home the victory in their home opener. When we return, Charlie Hull to lead things off for Pierre, just moments away here on Yankton Streaming on YouTube.
At Elwood Family Dental Care, we treat our patients like family. We have an experienced and caring dental team. We take the time to make sure you understand your oral health and answer any questions you have about your dental treatments. We take pride in educating our patients. Whether you need fillings, crowns or bridges, dental implants, just a teeth cleaning, or even Botox, come visit us at 1818 Broadway Avenue. And remember, we take care of the entire family.
Hi, I'm Franny Kiefer with the Yankton School District Alumni Association. We strive to create a community of alumni and friends who support extracurricular and educational opportunities in the Yankton School District through scholarships, grants, innovative education opportunities, and staff appreciation. With us, you will keep connected to a community of Yankton School District alumni and friends all over. You can help continue to pay it forward and help future graduates. Register today at the Yankton School District Alumni Association website.
Yankton Rexall in the Meridian District, Yankton, for all your gifts and decor needs. It's the only place in town to find both Hallmark ornaments and cards for any occasion. They also have Willow Tree and Precious Moments collectibles, the perfect anniversary and wedding gifts, nativity scenes, Watkins products, and single Abdallah chocolates. The Yankton Rexall Pharmacy for all your prescription needs. Yankton Rexall at the corner of 3rd and Douglas, downtown Yankton.
And a quick foul ball here in the top of the 5th inning. Charlie Hull at the plate. 0 for 1 in today's game, but has been walked twice and did reach home in the 3rd inning, where the Governors really scored a lot. 7 runs there. And next pitch from Brenna Elwood, low, ball 1. You want to keep it tuned even after the game for both our First Dakota National Bank postgame show and our hot hitter of the game, where you award whoever hit the ball the best today. And a lot of options for Yankton as that one, a fly and catch out at second by Brooklyn King. Yankton picks up an out. 2 away. 2 outs away from a victory. Micah Buffalo now to the plate. A grounder over to third, off of the glove, over to Burns. Burns gets the throw to first and just can't quite get it. What an impressive effort there, though, from Jocelyn Burns, nearly getting the out. Buffalo able to outrun it and keep Pierre with a little hope here. Olivia Hyman's now at the plate. 0 for 2, but had a sacrifice fly that scored a run. First pitch misses, ball 1. It is Brenna Elwood pitching. Kyra Churchma protecting the plate. That one finds its way into a strike. 1-1 your count. Yankton trying to put away the Governors here for win number 2 on the season. Next pitch low, ball 2 scooped up by Churchman. Buffalo stays on first. And two, 1 your count. That one put up into play into left field, and Gurney slides to stop it, but it'll be another base hit for the Governors. They need to put up 3 runs to send it to the bottom of the 5th. Otherwise, it will be the 10-run rule for the Gazelles. The Governors, we've seen, put up a lot of runs in 1 inning. Brinley Carver now at the plate. Her first time batting. Takes the first one for a called strike, then a swing and a miss, 0-2. And a swing and a miss. Brenna Elwood gets the strikeout. So now with 2 outs, the Governors need both runners and the current batter to come across home to keep the game alive. It's Presley Spies at the plate. She is perfect in the game, 3 for 3. Couldn't get a piece of that one from Elwood, 0-1 the count. Any time on the at the plate here. 0-1 the count. Spies puts it high up, and this could wrap it up. Kyra Churchman calls everyone off, pulls it in, and it's a victory for the Yankton Gazelles. Your final score, 22-10. Yankton with their second win of the season, and they are 2-1 to open their season. And that will wrap up their week of action. And a great one here at Yankton Sertoma Park as the Gazelles come away with a victory. Again, your final score 22-10. You'll want to keep it here for the First Dakota National Bank post-game show, as well as your hot hitter of the game, brought to you by Kaiser Heating and Cooling of Yankton. It's all coming up here on Yankton Streaming on YouTube.
Hi, it's Linda at Linda's Angel Crossing in Yankton. I carry Tribal, Lulu Bee, Ethel, Southern Lady, and Old Ranch. I have other brands too. The nursery has everything you need for babies. Copper pearl bibs, magnetic sleepers, swaddlers, bag sleepers, and baptism. Toddler clothing, boys and girls Under Armour to size 7, toys, little golden books, and other unique kids' toys. Linda's Angel Crossing, 1101 Broadway in Yankton.
What does FloorTech do? When disaster strikes, water damage, mold growth, or fire cleanup, call the team you can trust. FloorTech Cleaning and Restoration. They respond fast to protect your home or business and restore it the right way with honesty, integrity, and top-notch service. Their crews proudly serve Southeast South Dakota and Northeast Nebraska, including Yankton, Mitchell, Norfolk, and Sioux Falls. For 24/7 emergency service, call 800-507-1822. If your home or floor is wet, call FloorTech or visit them at floortechrestoration.com.
Your local KFC Taco Bell at 2504 Fox Run Parkway in Yankton offers 2 menus combined into one. Something for everyone at KFC Taco Bell. When your family's hungry and can't decide between crispy chicken and mashed potatoes or tacos, burritos, and protein bowls, well, you don't have to choose. Get the best of both worlds in one stop. Cool down with the legendary Baja Blast Freeze or heat things up with a variety of hot sauces. KFC Taco Bell Yankton. Why pick one when you can have both?
Kaiser Heating and Cooling is your hometown team specializing in all things heating and cooling, as well as heat and glow gas, wood, and electric fireplaces, humidifiers and dehumidifiers, and all styles of ductless mini-split systems. Whether you are building or remodeling, our team of innovative experts will get you the correct equipment and indoor air quality accessories you need for your home or business. Remember, Kaiser Heating and Cooling is your hometown team for all things heating and cooling for the past 77 years. Go Bucks and Gazelles.
Looking for a photo that actually looks like you, but better? At Meridian Photo, we specialize in capturing personality, not just poses. Whether it's headshots, high school seniors, family sessions, or team and individual sports photos, we'll make you look like a legend. We've just landed in the Meridian District of Yankton. Book your session today at meridian-photo.com or give us a call at 605-655-4598. Meridian Photo. Be you. You deserve it.
Looking to buy a home or maybe sell? Trust the name that puts you first. America's Best Realty. From your first showing to the final signature, their expert agents guide you every step of the way. Fast closings, top market value, and real service you can count on. Your dream home, they will find it. Selling fast, they will make it happen. Call America's Best Realty at 605-260-1600. America's Best Realty, because you deserve the best.
And back for our First Dakota National Bank post-game show. Your final score 22-10 with the Gazelles winning here over the Pierre Governors. And your final stats for this one, Yankton putting up 22 runs off of 18 base hits. They left 7 on base, and in the field, just 2 errors. Pitching in this one, Reese Gary got the start and went 3 1/3 innings, 2 strikeouts, 7 walks, and 7 runs given up. Brenna Elwood came in relief, 1 2/3 inning pitched, 2 strikeouts, 1 walk, and gave up 3 runs. At the plate for the Gazelles, Callie Koletsky 0 for 2, but did reach 3 times off an error and 2 walks. Isabel Sheldon with a sacrifice fly in her lone at bat. And Jocelyn Burns in this one, 1 for 4 with a single. Eliza Gurney went 1 for 4 with a single. Kyra Churchma, 3 for 5 at the plate. Madison Musfelt, 3 for 4 with 2 doubles and a single. Ava Gerard went 2 for 4. Brooklyn King went 4 for 4. Perfect day at the plate for her. Reese Gary was 2 for 3 batting, and September Rao 2 for 2. And now joining here on our post-game show is Madison Musfelt. And Madison, what a great game for you, both in the field and hitting. Out of those 3 base hits, you had 2 doubles and a single. Which one of those felt the best?
Probably my second double.
Second
Solid
double.
hit to the left field.
And it was a great one. And you came across home plate 4 times, so 4 runs alone coming off of just you making it all the way around. How does that help out your team?
I think the score reflects how we played, but especially when there's a bunch of us that have crossed the plate many times, it contributes a lot.
And over at first base, made some nice plays. Walk me through that play. A little bit of a bobble, but stretching out and got the out.
I backhanded it and then tripped and still made the play, so I guess that's all that matters.
Anything for the out, right?
Yeah.
All right, and how good does it feel to come out with a win here tonight?
Feels really good for my first home game as a senior, so it's great, yeah.
And couldn't put up much of a better performance. Your team, 18 hits and 22 runs. I would think that's probably going to win you a lot of games then.
Yeah.
And now coming up, you've got 3 games next week. How do you try and turn around and prep for a very busy week with not much practice time?
I think we just need to take care of our bodies. We're in a good place. Our bats are really hot right now, so if we can keep doing that, I think we'll do great things in the next 2 weeks.
And I think I already asked you in the pregame, but just as a radio station, again, what kind of artists and music do you like listening to?
Country. Definitely country, yeah.
Okay, all right. And Muth, you're on camera pumping your fist there. I want you to know. So Jill apparently a big country fan as well. If you had one artist that you could see in concert, who would that be then?
Probably Parker McCollum.
Parker McCollum. Okay, that sounds great. We'll appreciate the time here, Madison. Great game. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
And that was Madison Musfelt, one of the seniors here for Yankton, and now head coach Jill Muth of the Gazelles. And coach, well, now I got to ask if you're a big old country fan. What would be one show you'd like to go see?
Well, I've been lucky enough to see probably my favorite country artist, but Garth Brooks. I really am a Garth Brooks fan, but I'm old, so he's a goodie but an oldie. But he was a lot of fun. That was a really good concert. I guess, to be honest with you, not a country concert, but I would have really liked to have gone to see Journey. They were just in Sioux Falls on Monday.
Yes, they were, yeah.
And it was my daughter's birthday, so I didn't think I could go. Felt kind of bad about that, but that would have been my anyway. Those would have been 2 of my favorite concerts, but anyway, there you go. There's my music.
Probably didn't expect to be asked those questions here, but a great win, 22-10. Your team comes out on top. Just tell me about the game, what you saw from a coach's standpoint.
22 runs. Whew. We are hitting the ball hard. It just felt like one line drive after another, and we'll take that, absolutely, swinging at good pitches, making good contact, and that's what we want to see. So, just like Madison said, our bats are in a good spot, and cold night, freezing night, Reese came out and was good the first couple innings, ran into a little trouble in the 1 inning, but it wasn't really all her fault. I think we kind of had a tough inning on the field, so we gave them about 6 outs, I think, in that inning, and just thought, we're going to mix it up and put Brenna in there. And boy, Brenna came in and did a great job of getting us out of that 1 inning. And then our bats kept doing their thing, So we were, we were happy with the outcome. We were hoping that we could make it, a little less exciting. But it was good because then we had some pressure moments for, Brenna and for Reese and then even for our batters too, hey, we got to come up in big moments here and make some plays and get some hits, and we did. So, that's good for us because we got, like we have talked about, our first 3 games were against some of our ESD opponents, and now we got 6 games that we're looking at against the Metro schools, and it's going to be a tough little gauntlet for us, and we're going to go out, and I told the girls, our bats are in a good place, so let's go out and compete and see what happens, and we're just going to have to go out and play hard.
And bats certainly in a good place. I've got you marked down for 18 base hits, and that's in just 4 innings at the plate, too, might I add. That's not a full 7 innings. That'll certainly win you a lot of games. And as you mentioned now, coming up, kind of always feels like a gauntlet for the Yankton schedule, no matter what sport. You always kind of have that Sioux Falls area coming up. 3 games now. How do you turn around? You've got 1 practice before 2 games Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah, I think we got some things a little bit defensively to talk about. We haven't had a chance to be outside much, so tomorrow I think we're going to get to be outside, and we got to talk about some first and third situations and just talk about, hitting cuts again and whatever. But, just kind of keep keep playing. These kids have played a lot of softball in their life, and we're just going to keep playing. And, we can't let one play make us be way up on the top of the, top of the world or way down in the bottom. We just got to find a way to try to keep ourselves, even keeled and just keep playing. Because, that's what Pierre did to us tonight. We got up 10-1, and then all of a sudden it was 10-8, and so they just, did a good job of not panicking and getting themselves back in the game a little bit, and we got to find a way to do the same thing ourselves a little bit.
All right, well, congratulations on a big win here tonight. The home opener always feels good to put a win under the belt, and appreciate the time as always. We will be in talks with you before Monday's game.
Okay, sounds great, Zach. Thanks for your coverage. We appreciate it.
Again, that was head coach Jill Muth of the Yankton Gazelles. And before we wrap it up, we've got our Kaiser Heating and Cooling hot hitter of the game. Yankton's original and most trusted heating and cooling professionals for over 76 years. Kaiser Heating and Cooling, 808 West 23rd Street, Yankton. And really, I feel like I could pick 6 different batters for the Gazelles tonight. Let's go with Brooklyn King, though. She was 4 for 4 in today's game with 3 singles and a triple. So she will be our Kaiser Heating and Cooling hot hitter of the game. That about wraps it up for us. Again, 3 games coming up here for the Gazelles into the next week, and we'll have coverage of every single one of them right here on Yankton Streaming on YouTube. For the final time tonight, I'm Zach Spear. Have a great rest of your night, and until next time, go Gazelles.
This has been a presentation of Yankton High School Softball on Yankton Streaming on YouTube. Thanks for tuning in, and join us next time for all the action.